Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Alright, so in today's video we're actually going to be doing a get ready with me eyeshadow tutorial, product review. That sounds like a lot. Anyways you guys, so if you saw my recent unboxing of my Boxycharm November Premium shipment, then you would have seen that I received the Dominique Cosmetics The Moment palette. I did mention in that particular unboxing video that I was going to set this to the side and do a actual review of the palette and give you my thoughts and opinions at that time. Well, right now is that time. So this palette actually is fairly new. It did come out about 7 months ago. There was a slight hype about the particular product itself, meaning this. I don't typically buy products when they first come out, unless if it's something that I really want to get my hands on, which doesn't happen often, but I usually like to wait a few months after the product has been released. So this way, all of the hype is kind of pushed aside, and this way it doesn't create a biased impression for me when I'm actually using it. Hopefully that makes any sense. So what a great opportunity to actually use the palette, because now I have it and kind of give you my honest thoughts and opinions on how well it performs. And plus there are some blue shades in here that I really want to know how well they're going to perform, simply because blues can be very finicky. All right, you guys, so enough of that. So if you like eyeshadow tutorials, product reviews, then of course this video is going to be right up your alley. All right, let's go ahead and get started and give you my honest opinions. Okay, I said that quite a few times already. All right, you guys. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and just sit down. I am sitting. To tell you, some days this does not always click. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you turn on the furnace and you're waiting for the heat to spark. The sparks are not clicking sometimes. My metaphors. All right, you guys. So as I mentioned, we're going to be reviewing and testing out the Dominique Cosmetics palette, the Moment palette. Why I say it like that. Anyhow, so I already went ahead and primed my eyelids. Let's go ahead and jump right into the video and get the situation started, because the situation has no wheels as to where it's going. All right, you guys, so I went ahead and brought you a little bit more closer in so you can see exactly what I'm doing. If I have any mochas, let me know. They'll probably be a little late for that. Anyways, you guys, all right, so where should we start? If you've seen any of my eyeshadow tutorials in the past, you know I like to use more precise detail brushes. So I really should have had this together, but I don't. Oh wait, here we go. I got it. All right, so the first brush I'm going to be using is a Tresluce. This is the B121 brush. Now, as I'm looking into this palette, I should have really planned this in my head, but clearly I didn't. I'm trying to think of what shade I'm going to go into. Let's go into Elevate It. We're going to go into a dark shade right away. So I cannot hold things correctly. We're going to go into Elevate It, which is this dark brown shade, I would say. Now, the reason why I'm using this brush, because I like to use brushes that have more, I should say less, bristles, because I like to have more control of where I'm applying the actual product. So what I'm going to do is apply that on the outer corner of my eyelids, and then I'm going to go into more of a slightly fluffy brush, fluffy brush, and then buff that outward. So hopefully that makes sense. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let me show you exactly what I'm trying to do here. All right, you guys, so how have you guys been? Oh, right away, look at that. There's some pigment. So how have you guys been? Like, seriously, you know, let me have a conversation with you since we're doing, since we're sitting down and doing some makeup. All right, so I have been struggling personally trying to maneuver on different social media platforms. So what I mean by that is that lately, this is including YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, they're really pushing us to like push out like reels, short videos. And I'm not gonna lie, I do enjoy them slightly, but it is still something new for me, so it's taking me some time to get used to it. Since I'm posting content on TikTok, I'm also like trying to figure out where my niche is at in terms of like where I'm going, what I'm exactly trying to like produce on there. Does that make any sense? All right, you guys, so now I'm gonna go into a slight fluffy brush. This is a L'Oreal Los Angeles. This is the brush number L28. So I'm just gonna go ahead and buff this out slightly to kind of just bring it inward. Now, what I was saying about the actual quality, and not quality, sorry, in terms of producing the content. Now, I think the problem that I have with TikTok and even with Instagram is that with YouTube, I can actually have a conversation with you guys, meaning like you can leave a comment, I'll see the comment, and then I'll obviously respond back, and we're back and forth just communicating. With TikTok and Instagram, it isn't the same. I feel like you kind of lose that connection with your friends of your channel. Hopefully that makes any sense. I mean, okay, let's put it this way. If I'm watching a TikTok video that's roughly a minute or 3 minutes long, I feel like I'm losing that connection with that individual who made that video. Versus if I'm watching a YouTube video, I feel like I'm able to relate to the individual a little bit more because they're speaking to me in a sense, which we are, and I'm able to kind of relate on a different level versus if I'm watching it through a TikTok video or Instagram reel. All right, you guys, so the next shade I'm going to go into, it's the Midnight Haze, which is blue shadow right here. It's really pretty. Now, the brush I want to be using, it is a MAC 219. And now, I don't know if this particular formula is going to be best suited with my finger or the brush, so we're just going with the brush first. But as I was mentioning, you know, I do feel like YouTube is really the best route for me right now, just because I still feel like I'm able to communicate a lot better with my viewers, my friends of my channel, versus than I am via TikTok or Instagram. Hopefully that makes any sense. All right, you guys, I think I have enough product. I just keep swiping it back and forth. I don't know why. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead. I'm going to apply this directly in the middle, and I'm not going to bring it up all the way, just slightly. Now, oh, okay, this might work actually. So I'm just going to bring it up a little bit right here, not too far up. Oh, wow, okay. Imagine if this brush was actually wet. Try a little bit more, and then I'm just going to slowly buff it out. But I do like the payoff. Now I'm curious too, if the brush was wet, how it would actually apply or how it will look like. All right, you guys, so I was able to go ahead and get Midnight Haze blended out. Now, the next shade I'm going to go into Dinetto, which is this shade right here. Now, I'm going to apply that directly in the inner corner of my eyes. Now, the same brush I'm going to be using is the MAC 219. I did clean it off. So, all right, so let me go ahead and show you exactly what I'm going to be doing. See, bring some more of this product. So, as we already tested out, it seems to be that you're going to get the same payoff with your finger or the brush. Surprising. So who knew? Let's go ahead and test this out right here too. Yeah, the brush is still pretty good. Look at this. Like, I'm pleasantly surprised because typically these type of shadows perform better, or I should say apply better when you're actually using your finger to apply it. But no, surprisingly, the brush is actually working quite well. So that's a good thing. All right, you guys, so let me go ahead and blend out this Dinetto shade. Just in case you're curious, the brush that I'm using to buff out the shadows overall is this Chanel brush. Oh, it does have a number on here. Sorry, so for some odd reason I didn't think it had one, but it does. It's the eyeshadow blender number 204 brush. Anyways, you guys, so what do you guys prefer in terms of, you know, when you go to social media? Do you normally go to YouTube, Instagram, or do you go to TikTok? I know right now TikTok is like pretty much like, I guess you could say the moment right now, but in terms of, I don't know, like connection wise to the content creator, where do you feel the most connected to? TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube? I guess for me, I feel more connected with somebody on YouTube than I would on TikTok, because like as I mentioned before, I feel like you're actually able to sit down, listen to like myself talk, you know, express our emotions, what we're going through, how our day was, how our week was, you know, just life in general. Where versus on TikTok, you don't really get that experience. If you do, it's kind of like glazed over, so to speak. All right, you guys, so what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to go into the shade Embrace, which is this lighter shade right here. This is a matte shade. So what I'm going to do is actually go above, or I should say right below the brown bone area to kind of soften up the look overall. I mean, it's still pretty soft. I mean, there's no harsh lines whatsoever, but I still want to kind of like just soften it up a little bit. Now, the next brush I'm going to be using, it is also a Tresluce Beauty brush. It is B103, just in case if you are curious. However, I will list all of the products that I am using in today's video in the description field below. All right, let's take a look. So there's slight kick up. I didn't mention that before, but just in case if you are curious. All right, so let me dust some of this product off because I don't want too much on my eyelid, but just enough where I can kind of finesse this overall look. All right, so I'm just going to go lightly above, or I should say below the brow bone area, because I just want to slightly just soften up this look. Hopefully that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you hear yourself like, does that make any sense? Anyways, guys. All right, so let me just pack this down right here. Just kind of just give it like a nice soft halo look, you know, that soft glow. And then just buff it around. All right, guys, so to complete the overall look, I'm going to go into one more shade. Now, the shade I'm going to go into La Noche, which is this brown, glittery, almost kind of like silvery flakes in there. It's actually really pretty. Now, the brush I'm going to be using, it is this Morphe, I'm not sure, it was like a collaboration brush with another, I guess, influencer, can't remember. Anyways, I picked it up because it was orange. It doesn't look like orange in the monitor, but it is orange. Anyways, again, it's just smaller, compact. It gives me more details as to where I'm applying the product. All right, you guys, so what I'm going to do is just apply it right in the inner corner right here, and then drag it right to the middle of right here and just slowly buff it out. Now, I want to make sure I don't bring up too much product, but just enough where I'm able to finesse it a little bit. So let me make sure I do dust off quite a bit because I don't want it to come off too dark, but just enough where I'm able to work with it, because again, black shadows can be a hit or a miss, and most times they hit the wrong way where you have too much product and it's really hard to finesse. Hopefully that made any sense. All right, you guys, so I'm just going to pack down the product right here. Back and forth, pack it down, and once I get it to the level overall that I'm looking for, then I'm going to go into another cleaner brush and just slightly buff it out. All right, you guys, so I went off camera for just a brief moment to complete the overall look. So I ended up putting on mascara. Now, the mascara I end up using is Merit Beauty. Merit Beauty, it actually is a clean beauty makeup line. If you want more information about this particular mascara, I will definitely leave a link in the description field below so you can go ahead and check them out. This actually is one of my favorite mascaras because I like the fact that it gives off a natural overall appearance. I like my eyelashes to kind of give off a little bit of length, but without it appearing like, boom, you got mascara on. Hopefully that makes any sense, but let me give you a close-up look. Does you see that? You see that? You see what I'm talking about? All right, you guys, so on top of that, I end up using this Tresluce Beauty Intenso eyeliner. This is in the shade Grounded. And I only used it, or applied it, I should say, on the waterline area on the bottom of, like, the bottom waterline area. I tell you my words. Anyways, you guys, and then to top off the look overall, I ended up using Merit Beauty's liquid, I guess you could say gloss. It is nicely pigmented, but it doesn't give off like a huge, like, payoff, but it gives off a natural overall appearance. Hopefully that made any sense because, you know, my words, they don't always register correctly. But yeah, this is what I have on now. Again, it gives off a really nice overall natural appearance, and that's what I enjoy about Merit Beauty. Oh, you know what else I should do? Since we're talking about Merit Beauty, let me use this. Actually, I really enjoy this. This is actually, this is multi-use. You can actually use it on your lips, use this eyeshadow, but I like to use this as kind of like a blush. Well, actually, that's what it is. But just in case if you are curious, this is in the shade Beverly Hills. Now, what I like about this most is that it goes on super creamy, and there's good pigment, but not to the point where it's really harsh and it's like bold. I'll show you what I mean. Like, Even this right here is a little bit, but once you start blending it out, it gives off such a nice natural overall glow. Let me show you real quick, since I actually didn't apply this on. I thought I did as I look in the monitor. All right, you see this? So once I start buffing this out, and this is cream base, and again, Merit Beauty is all natural, so I do like the fact that that's what it is. Let's see here. Hopefully, you see that? And now this is where I applied it, where I haven't buffed it out. But as I buffed it out, you see that? Just really nice and settle, overall natural look. What I tend to do sometimes too is actually going this, I apply it this way, going this way. If it's so like if I have sunglasses on, yeah, I really enjoy this particular blush. All right, you guys, so that completes my overall look. Again, using the Dominique Cosmetics The Moment palette. Hey, what do you guys think? You know what? I'm going to be completely honest. It performed a lot better than I anticipated, especially the blue shade of the Midnight Haze. I really thought it was going to be patchy. You know what? Scratch that. I honestly thought the shades that I ended up using mostly were the kind of like glitter metallic shades. I thought it was going to be like kind of like want, to be completely honest, just because typically those shades you have to use your finger to actually get some payoff. No. You saw that even with just the blush, even just with the brush being applied with the product, look how well it performed. Now again, this is the reason why I enjoy smaller brushes that give me more control, because it's the detail in it. I have hooded eyes. Now if I were to use a much larger brush right away like this, it would have been really hard to finesse the overall shadows themselves, and I would have like this big old smush everywhere, and it would have been so harsh around the corner of my eyes because I packed on that product so deep right there that now it's really hard to kind of buff it out. Hopefully that makes sense. Again, this is the reason why I like using the small brushes, because if you notice, even though I have hooded eyes, you still have a lot of real estate right here where it doesn't look like it's weighing down your eyes. It's so important, especially I'm 40 years old. So once we age, our eyelids start to droop a little bit more, as you can see, like look at this. But you don't get that, right? You don't get that. Again, small brushes. Brushes, huge difference in terms of how they actually take the product and how you're applying it. Hopefully that makes any sense. All right, you guys, so let me give you a close-up overall look on how well the actual palette itself performed. Can you see how well the actual shadows just easily blend in together without creating any harsh lines? As always, you guys, definitely leave a comment below. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions about the overall look. Hey, what do you guys think about this particular palette? I'm not gonna lie, the hype was there. It really performed quite well. As I mentioned before, all of the products that I used in today's video, it will be listed in the description field below. If you do plan to check out Merit Beauty, it is an affiliate link, so just be fully aware of that. Basically meaning I do earn a small commission off of anything you do purchase, but by all means, it isn't for anything for you to jump over to buy anything. It's just saying, hey, it is a product that I do enjoy and I thought I would share it with you guys. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell as well, so anytime I upload a new video, you automatically get the notifications, and give my video a thumbs up, because as always, I greatly appreciate it when you guys do. But before we go, again, what do you guys think about YouTube? Do you still enjoy it, or do you prefer TikTok or Instagram? I don't know. Right now, I'm still stuck. I still prefer YouTube because, again, I get to communicate with you guys, and that's what I enjoy the most, is that communication level and being able to get to know you guys a lot better, and vice versa. All right, you guys, but until then, make sure to brush your teeth, wash your culo, and subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye now.